Falcons.
My name is Simpson. I am here doing multiple things. I think it's get back on the pitch, playing, John Joe's assistant, and to help out with the academy. To be honest, my best friend, he's got me into football. He used to disappear at the weekends and go and play football. I'd knock on his door and he was never home. And one day I just said to him, "Where do you keep going at the weekend?" And he said, "Football." And I said, "Can I come?" And that's where I started to love football. The first day I went with him, my best friend Ryan, who just got married actually 2 weeks ago. And then from that day I just loved football, and I wouldn't say I always wanted to be a footballer. I was just happy playing football with my friends. And yeah, he's lucky that I ended up at Man United and I started to learn all about football there. The biggest influence outside of my career, outside of football, obviously my mum. She had me from really young. She was 16 years old. So just for her to raise me and bring me up at a young age, and to see, how hard she worked to provide. So yeah, I think always in the back of my mind it was, can I do this and give back to my mum and for everything she kind of sacrificed for me. Luckily I had some talent, but I had to maybe work hard to give her something back. What values matter most to me today? Respect. I think that's a big one. I think I learned this from Sir Alex Ferguson, and if you got to respect everyone off the pitch, around the training ground, and then I feel like you can respect each other on the pitch. I think it goes a long way. I feel like how you behave off the pitch matters on. I think he always said about timekeeping, discipline, hard work, determination. I feel like that should just be in you. And then that's how you kind of perform on the pitch. So yeah, I feel like treat each other how you want to be treated. And then I think then creating a good bond together, you'll be successful on the pitch. So I think massively respect. It's tough. It is tough, I'll be honest, because you're so high. It's like how do you get that again? We're not a big team. We're not Man United. No, we're not. Well, I say Man United because I support them, but recent times, Man City, Liverpool, even Arsenal. I feel like every year they're going to be near the top of the league. We were just little Leicester. It was this one chance, one shot to get it, and the year after it was tough to be champions. Everyone wants to beat the champions, and we wasn't as good as the other teams. They had some better players, and how do you get that feeling again of winning the Premier League? Some people never win it, so it was kind of tough. We went into the Champions League, which was the next best thing, just playing them games. But yeah, it was really difficult because, like I said, we were just little Leicester and it wasn't supposed to be where we was. So even now, when we speak to the players, it's still tough because we missed that period of our lives. I think I owe a lot to, there's a few. I think Sir Alex Ferguson, the way he managed people, not so much his tactics or his coaching, just how how clever he was with knowing when a player was ready for a certain game, mentally getting him ready for the week after, how he communicated. I think communication is massive in football, and I think some managers forget that. I think Claudio Ranieri, tactically, the way he changed my game to help the team was something I wasn't ready for, or I had to be ready for. And then I think Brendan Rodgers, I was only with Brendan Rodgers for 5 months, but just tactically the way he was, his energy on the training ground, and the things I learned in that 5 months it blew my mind, to be honest. So I think them three in different ways, because obviously not everyone's the same, but I think in different ways it's something I've took from them all. There's a few. The toughest player I've played against, again, there's a few. I think Eden Hazard, just his balance, the way he go past you, it was just too easy sometimes, and it was frustrating. And I'd have to kick him. I could get away with it then. You can't kick people now because of the rules. I think Gareth Bale, before he moved to Madrid, I think 6 foot, plus, he's strong, quick, could go short, go long, he was good in the air. There's not much really you could do against him. And then the other one was Coutinho. I used to hate going to Anfield as a Man United fan. And he was just so clever. He made you think about your game. He'd drop into little pockets. And I think before he moved as well to Barcelona, he was one of the best players to play against. So again, I think they were the three I had tough times against. Well, I feel like what I know now, what's the saying? What I know now, I wish I knew then. Cause sometimes when you get a bit older and maybe get a bit slower, you actually start to, and you start studying football a bit more. You start to maybe understand it a bit more, and then you can actually simplify the game a lot more, and sometimes people make it difficult. But yeah, I definitely think now, like you said, when you start doing coaching badges and seeing it through a different eye, I think definitely, I actually look back, I think if I knew this now, I'd be a better player then. But as you know, we get older and slower, so no, I think a lot's changed. I said, just sometimes just from watching football and studying it, you wish you pick up on more things. If you want me to be brutally honest, I did work hard every single day. Any of my teammates would say that, but I do think I could have done a lot more off the pitch in terms of my diet, in terms of an extra session in the gym, an extra session on the pitch. I think sometimes I used to rush home, and it was like, what for? When you've got the best facilities, you've got the best people around you, it could be an extra hour. And I always think, I could have been stronger in the gym, could have more core work, and I always think if I had the career I had, which was really good in my eyes, where could I have gone, or how better could I have been? I think everyone will think that when they start playing, but I do think I could have, recovered more, paid more attention, and them little, it's just little percent could have made me even better. Ravel's always, we speak a lot, and he says how much he's happy here, how much he loves it, and it's a good club. And then funny enough, then comes the summer. I know John Joe anyway, just from our careers and playing in the Premier League, but we were playing in a tournament together at TST in America, in North Carolina. And we start the competition and we're talking, obviously now he's the manager, and when like someone like that, you think the same. We had some players in the team, and not mentioning names, but it just wasn't as committed. And I know it wasn't like a Premier League game, but to us it was still just as important. And we're bouncing off each other like, what's going on, and it was just like, I don't know, we just had that same passion and same even determination to win like a 7-a-side game. And then I said one day, you need me as a coach. You need me as an assistant. And it was just a bit of a flippant conversation. And obviously the tournament finished. We had a good week together. And then he called me when we got back and said, look, there is a chance or an opportunity. Would you be interested? And straight away he was like, yes, I'd love to. And here I am now, and really excited and looking forward to being a part. And as he said as well when I spoke to him, is getting his team, making the team better, making the club better, making the players better. And I think alongside him and the rest of the people I've met, we can do that and get promoted. And I said, for me, it's all about getting better and winning things and progression, and I think I can help. So I've got where's my tattoo? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And that's there on my leg as I read it every day. No, because I've seen players and I've seen many, many more talented players than me, from being young, even at first team level. And I always believe that hard work beats talent. If you can get a team and a culture that works hard, then I think that can beat anyone on the day. I think there's a lot of talented players, and there'll be a lot of talented teams, but you can always beat them. If I can bring this mentality and all my expertise and my knowledge to this club, then I'm looking at myself now, yeah, knowing that we've won the league and we're in the next division, and I played a massive part in that. So, to me, yes, we did it. It's been probably now 3 or 4 years since I've properly played. I still play. Ravel knows that. Tournament in the summer, and I've tried different things. Now, I've tried doing some property. I've opened a bar, restaurant. I've done certain things, and basically the key to me is in my head is I've got to stay in my lane, right? Which is football. And it's all I know, like, it's what, it's all I've known since I was 7 years old. And whether that's playing, I've done my badges, it's coaching, actually football makes me happy. And I've tried to come away from it like some people do, but I need to come back to it, and it's what I know. So yeah, the other stuff isn't for me really. And if I can be happy on the grass, if I can be around, I miss the dressing rooms. One of the biggest things I miss, being around the boys. And yeah, I said that you do find yourself lost a little bit, and hopefully now I've found myself, and this is where I was supposed to be.